Good news for the Ethiopian PM, who is the champion of Ethiopian government's case for sea access. At least one country is openly supporting Ethiopian case for access to the sea. This country is supporting the arguments given by Ethiopia for gaining access to the sea. Secondly, how are Tigrayan refugees in Sudan surviving? And lastly, Kenya is handling the threat from Uganda about access to sea in a very mature and responsible manner. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. Good to be with you. Firstly, Tigrayan IDPs in Sudan. You know that during Tigray war, tens of thousands of Tigrayans crossed into Sudan. Since then, they've been there. Since 2020, these thousands of Tigrayans have been in Sudan. I think their number was around 60 to 70,000 in 2021, I remember. By the way, TPLF, Tigray military, Tigray government, in their statements always mention the issue of return of IDPs. IDPs were based in Tigray, and Tigray leaders want their return to Marabolka. They don't raise the issue of Tigray refugees in Sudan as much as they raise the issue of Tigray IDPs. Why? These IDPs in Sudan, not IDPs, the refugees. These refugees, Tigrayan refugees in Sudan, are living in miserable conditions, though they are being taken care of by UN organizations, but sometimes they face health problems. There are climate-related challenges too. So somehow they're surviving there. Why aren't Tigray leaders pressing for the return of these refugees from Sudan to Tigray? Well, as long as these Tigray refugees and Sudan, TPLF and Tigray military have a cover-up to continue raising Army 70. Army 70 members, some of them are IDPs. Some are Tigray peacekeeper soldiers, ENDF soldiers who were deployed to Abyei and other places. They refused to return to Ethiopia. They came to Sudan. They joined the Army 70. The issue of the return of refugees from Sudan to Tigray should also be given priority by Tigray leaders. I received a clip from Sudan showing the refugees protesting there. They want to return to their homes. Watch the clip. Secondly, viewers, Kenya is handling the threat from Uganda in a very mature manner. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni a few days ago called for sea access. He threatened Kenya, saying wars could erupt. He linked the issue of sea access to economy, to self-defense. Uganda, like Ethiopia, is a landlocked country. Kenya responded in a manner which is very balanced, very mature manner. Unlike Eritrea, Kenya responded to Yoweri's call for sea access. What did William Ruto say in response to Yoweri Museveni's narrative that Uganda wants access to the sea, its economy, its security depend on access to the sea? Did a video on what Yoweri Museveni said a few days ago. I have a clip for you of Kenyan President William Ruto. What did he say in response to Yoweri Museveni's talk about access to sea. Watch the clip.
Let me assure the naysayers that Uganda and Kenya are brothers and sisters, and we do not have time for negative engagement. Uganda is assured of the access to the sea through Kenya, and that is why we are not only extending the pipeline, we are also extending the road, and we are also extending the railway, because we believe that this region needs to move as one. For those who want to engage us in negative talk, we want to tell them, please give us a break. We do not have time for negative talk. We have time for progress. We want to work together to create jobs. We want to work together to attract investment. We want to work together to do investments like the one I see here today, the ones we are doing in Kenya and doing in the rest of this region. We want to connect this region so that we can share prosperity, because poverty cannot be shared. I reiterate Kenya's readiness to continue working hand in hand with Uganda, Rwanda, and all our East African partners to transform today's milestone into tomorrow's prosperity. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for inviting me to participate with you in this great event. And I want to assure you of the people of Kenya's continued friendship, commitment, and working together for the progress of our region.
Last was good news for Ethiopian PM, for Ethiopian government, which is pressing the case for access to the sea. It is trying to find international partners, international community to put pressure upon Eritrea. One country is actively supporting Ethiopia on the issue of access to sea, it seems, not UAE. UAE never publicly issues strong statements in support of Ethiopian case for sea access. Though behind the scenes, UAE is one of the supporters. But another country is openly issuing statements, giving its officials giving interviews in support of Ethiopian case for sea access. Which country? Israel. Israeli ambassador to Ethiopia gave an interview this week to an Ethiopian news source. Avram is the name of the Israeli ambassador, and he talked about Ethiopian case for sea access. He said that Ethiopian economy, sovereignty, and security are linked to access to the sea. This is what I wanted to share with you. No country in the world said that Ethiopian sovereignty, security, and economy are linked to access to the sea. This is Ethiopian government's position. This is what PM Abiy says, that our economy, our sovereignty, our security are linked to access to sea. If we don't gain access to the sea, our economy will be in trouble, our sovereignty will be in danger, our security will be compromised. So, Israeli ambassador just repeated what Ethiopian PM has been saying. That's why I've been telling you that Israel is actively supporting Ethiopia militarily and in some other fields too. I'll do a video on that. I promised to do a video, but and other engagements kept me busy, but I'll do a video hopefully in coming days. Israel is turning into a key Ethiopian ally. And a few days ago, I told you about joint Israel-UAE expansionist activities in the Red Sea. They are building military installations off the coast of Yemen, towards Eritrean side, towards Somalia. They're jointly operating there, and both are supporting Ethiopian case for sea access. That is why Iran is arming Eritrea. Iranian weapons arriving in Eritrea. Iran versus Israel conflict is reaching the Horn of Africa. Thanks for watching.